2, 1, and off we go. Hey everybody, my name is Lerard Smalls, and this is Rise of the Black Warrior podcast. So, I'm coming to you guys at 12 o'clock at night. I am recording this midnight, all right? And the reason why I'm jumped into the studio, which is really just my office, right? This is just my desk. You guys can't see me. Some of you can't see me. Some of you are watching me on the video. And if you're just listening, I'm in my office, all right? Why did I come to my office at midnight? Because I just left the gym. Now, I normally do the gym in the evenings just because it works good with my schedule. But after all of that, let me get to the point. I came here because I got inspired. I was talking to a young guy at the gym, one of the young fellas at the gym, and I was giving him some good counsel, you know, the big brotherly love, and I was talking to him. And something came over me that I had to share this story with him. And it got so intense and passionate that I had to leave the gym, sweaty, stinky, just like I am, and come into the office so I could deliver this podcast to you guys right now while it's still fresh and it's on my heart. It's not just in my head. Like tomorrow it would be in my head. Today it's in my heart. All right, here we go. So I was sharing with him a story that I saw Warren Buffett share. Now, Warren Buffett, I mean, if you, maybe you're a young kid and you just never heard of Warren Buffett, but most of my listeners probably know who Warren Buffett is. He is the owner of Berkshire Hathaway, probably one of the wealthiest men in the world. At one point he was, back and forth. Now, he gave a conversation with some kids. I think it was a middle school or a high school, teenage kids. And he said something that was super profound. I'm going to share it with you. And I hope that you get some value from this. He told the kids, hey, listen, rich guy, imagine this. You tell me what kind of car you want. Any car. You pick whatever car you want. And tomorrow, that car will be delivered to your house with a red bow on it. Now, immediately, all the kids, you can see the energy in the room light up. Whoa, this guy's capable of that. He can do that. And then he said, all right, but there's one caveat. This car will be the very last car you ever have in your life. So this is it. I'm going to give you this car. It's to be the best car you want right now. Pick out any car you want in the world. But this is going to be the only car you ever get. Changes the perspective. The whole energy has to shift. Because in your mind now you're saying, wait a minute, hold on here. I got to cherish this thing. I got to respect this thing. This is the only one I'm going to have for the rest of my life. This one car, that's it? Like, who does that? Who gets one car for their whole life? We all do. He was talking about our bodies. He was also talking about our minds. See, we only get one body, one mind to go through life with. And I'm at the gym and I'm there using my machine. I'm using this machine that God gave me. I'm flexing it. I'm exercising it. I'm working on it. I'm making it stronger. I'm perfecting myself. But I'm not even cognizant. I'm not even aware, thinking about, wow, this is really my machine. I was just working out because I need to do it. It's something I know is a part of my regimen in my life, right? I participate in what we call the belief system of the core 4 in Warrior. So I know that I need to exercise, but I did not use that perspective. But when you use that perspective, it changes everything. And not only do you get one body, you get one mind. So whatever you put into your mind, how you contaminate your mind. Like if I was aware of this, I was thinking like this, all the weed I smoked when I was in high school, I went to Brooklyn Technical High School. It's probably one of the best schools in the city. Great school. Right? But like I was freaking playing around. I was effing around. Like I was drinking as a kid. All through college, I was jerking around. I was treating this machine like it was not the only one that I was going to get ever. I'm 42 years old at this point, and when I look back, I have totally disrespected this machine. If I thought my body was a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or whatever else, I'm not going to stop and put some crappy gas in my car. I'm not going to disrespect myself like that. This is my car. This is my machine. Why would I treat my body any less? And then now, let's talk about my mind. Why would I listen to nonsense? Why would I contaminate this mental space, this space that I have to protect? It's the only mind that I get. It's the only one that I get. Why would I do anything that would deteriorate it or fill it up or take up space that I'm going to use for something else? Why would I waste my space? Why would I allow foolish things and people, stupid people, to come into my life and talk nonsense into my ear that's going to take up space? Participate, even listening to certain music. Like, I grew up in 90s Brooklyn, East Flatbush, Brownsville. Like, I've been coming up listening to the hardest rap, hip hop, gangster music ever, right? But the truth is, I mean, some of my music has really done some damage to my psyche, because if I think about it, psychologically, it programs you. Everything programs you. I mean, I'm sure some hardcore hip hop heads is going to hate that I'm saying this, but listen, real talk. If you listening to music where hey, I'm shooting this guy, I'm shooting that guy, all these guys look just like us. This is black and brown people talking about shooting black and brown people. Crazy. This black and brown people talking about slapping another girl, you know what I'm saying, on the ass, or, you know, treating them disrespectfully, doing all this stuff. And even if I'm saying that's just music, the truth of it is it's contaminating my mind, because psychologically it's seeping into my thoughts. And then I start believing it. And even if I'm not acting on it, it's filling up my mental space and creating an impression on me. It's deep. I hope y'all see how deep this could be. Everything that you put into your brain, you go to sleep listening to the news, that's negative news. Like, they getting paid to have your attention, and people want to watch things that are scary, that are provocative, there's some type of controversy going on. But that's filling up your space. It's contaminating your mind. So you got to protect your body and you got to protect your mind, because you only get one. You get one for this whole show, and you got to ride out with that. You got to ride out with this. So I'm telling every single one of you, specifically, I'm talking to the hearts of black men here in America. We do not have the time. We don't have the time to fool around and be distracted, contaminate our bodies, contaminate our minds, because we only get one. You got to lead your sons. You got to lead your daughters. You got to lead your families. Your kids are watching. Your wife is watching. I know my wife is watching. I know my children are watching. Like, when my children come and see me compete in jiu-jitsu, at the time that I'm doing this podcast right now, I am 16-0, undefeated, 7 gold championships. Now, I don't know by the time you watch this if I've lost a match by now or whatever, but at this point right now, I'm undefeated. And my kids have seen, they've come to my matches. What kind of impression does that make on them? A powerful one, a positive one. But if I go against it and do something else, yes, I'm sure I have done a whole bunch of crap that has made negative impressions on them. I have argued with my wife like loud and got all crazy and said things as wicked. And I'm sure that has had a negative impact on them. We got to just do our best to make sure that we have a better impression on them than we put a negative one on them. Now, I know that didn't come out perfect. I ain't perfect. I'm far from perfect. I'm just a man on a mission to share what it is that I know, what comes into my heart, to be a blessing, to be of more value than I am taking from this world. I want to leave this place in a better spot than I found it. So I'm telling you guys this. This is a lesson. Share this with your friends. Share this with your children, with your wife, with other people. If this podcast is a blessing, share this podcast with somebody who needs to hear it, especially a young person. There's this quote that says that youth is wasted on the young, right? Like, youth, the most valuable thing you could possibly have is youth, and it's wasted on people who are young because they don't know the value of the youth. That's deep. Now, I didn't make that up, but that's deep. So you go after it, all right? You go after it and you give it the best you got. You ain't got to do more than what you got. Just do the best that you got. Like A.L. Williams says, all you can do is all you could do. And all you could do is enough. But just make sure you do all that you could do. All right, guys, this is LaRod Smalls. I'm signing off. This is Rise of the Black Warrior podcast. You can catch us on Instagram at Rise of the Black Warrior, Facebook or pages, Rise of the Black Warrior. You can catch this podcast on podcast.riseoftheblackwarrior.net. We are .net on the podcast page. We are on Spotify. We are on iTunes. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you want to see this in visual, if you want to see the video and you're not on video right now, you can catch us on our YouTube channel, which is of no surprise. Guess what? Rise of the Black Warrior on YouTube. All right, guys. Much love. Peace.